Well, how is everybody doing Wednesday afternoon? We're over the hump. Most of us, 90% of us, we're over the hump. Hope everybody's having a good week. We got some fun stuff to talk about, laugh a little bit, step away from all of it, and maybe talk some leather. Maybe squeeze some leather in here, I hope. But we do. We have some good stuff to talk about. Um, y'all, great comments, great questions from last week. I pulled all those. I think, okay, now, Vanessa Kitty, if you're with us, when we meet face to face, you absolutely have the right to give me a full dress down on my math skills. Right. So anyway, I think we had about 400, maybe almost 500 comments and questions for last week. Y'all make this what it is. Bless your heart. Thank you for that. It's always a little stressful Wednesday morning until I start going through the comments and I start laughing and I start going, oh, I missed a great question there. So let's have some fun with it this week. That's what our craft is about, having a good time with it. Okay, single shoulders. We're going to talk about those. Those are the project or the product of the week, but it's going to tie into a couple of things that we're working on. I love these. We'll talk about those. Also, last week we had a suit of armor on a stand. Yeah, I took it apart, and I'm not kidding. I took out every rivet, every Chicago screw, 168 pieces. I've never liked the color. That's the problem. It's just too dark. I went with a walnut, then I antiqued it, then a leather balm, forest green suede behind that, and then black rivets. I've never even worn it. It's an unbelievable piece. Lots of work. Anyway, so I stripped it. We're going to talk about that. But anyway, the point is, took the whole thing apart, took out every rivet, had it on my work table. My wife comes in, she says, what happened? I tripped. Anyway, we'll talk about that. But we've got some cool stuff to go over this week. Let's see. Let's start over here because we've already got great comments coming in. Bandit Blades. I'm glad you're with us because we've got a comment from you from last week. Arctic Arsenal. All right, up front there. Very cool. Jerry King. I tell you what, whenever I see a holster on the fan page, my first thought is that's Jerry's work. Top notch. Jailer 23044. Early for a change. It doesn't matter. Y'all jump in whenever you want to. Yeah, it's like a rhythm guitarist. That's why they're always playing on the front porch because they can never find a place to jump in. But anyway, y'all jump in. Got a good joke for the week too. But Jerry, hope you're doing as well. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good as well. There we go. Yeah, my math skills aren't the only thing that are lacking here. Stuart Walters. Man, I'm honored. I'm honored, y'all. And Caleb too. I hope I'm worthy. I hope this is a fun time for y'all, and it seems to be. Hallelujah, y'all. Thanks for making this what it is. Susan M. waiting for the King of Leathercraft. You know what? When he shows up, we'll talk to him about that. But nonetheless, thank you. You're all very, very kind. I hope this is good information. We've got some fun stuff to look at today. I almost don't feel so one-sided anymore. That it's just all me, because with the fan page, now I get to see y'all's projects. That is not for today, but excellent. Y'all, thank you. Thanks for everyone that's put in on this one. Lane, hello from London. Yeah, I hope you've had a great week too. We had I've seen a lot of weather, up here. 48 degrees and raining here in Romney, New Hampshire. That's Susan. We had some tornado weather. We don't get it. Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, bless their heart, they get the brunt of that. I don't know what it's called. I call it the Southern Sweep because it goes right across the South. We're kind of the butt end of that, luckily. But Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, East Texas, y'all, bless your heart for enduring the storms that come through. We just got a lot of rain, and now it's going to be, I don't know what temp it is, but typical in the South, it just rains and storms. And then boom, the sun comes out and the humidity goes to like 98%, and everybody's hair goes, yeah, it's a funny sight when that happens. Anyway, so yeah, we're slowly warming up on the other side of our planet. We're slowly cooling off. I hope that's nice. We're the same way. In the fall, August in the South is hot and humid. I mean, it's just sticky. Anyway, so I hope weather's getting good for everybody. Yeah, Jerry McClure. Right, responding to some weather there. Susan M, same thing, making me envious with those temps. Let's see, Betty Privet. I hope I'm saying that right, Betty. I hope I'm saying that right. 46 and raining. Oh man. Um, Jailer 23044, upstate New York feels like Seattle lately. Caleb got a jacket, but yeah, I know we make these wonderful things and then it gets too hot to wear them. Yeah, Christopher Crobath, that feel the same way, y'all. Hello, all the way across this beautiful world. We've got friends everywhere. Glad everybody's with us this week. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. So we're going to see if we can't bump that up a little bit. So, all right. Now I'm going to attempt this first one because last week we had someone write in, comment, and I couldn't read it. I had to translate it. I had to go to Google Translate. Let's see. This is Dima Pakolko. And I hope you're with us. I'm going to botch your name and this. But Stravastoyita Ispasiba Drug. I hope that's even understandable. But honored that you're with us, and I hope you're back with us this week. Let's see. Okay, Bandit Blades. Let's see. After stamping, let my leather dry and get some mold spots. I wanted to put this one in there. Am I getting my leather too wet? I don't honestly know. That's an odd one because it takes, like, we get two types of mold, and I don't know the specifics, but we get a green and a white mold, and both easily knocked out with some alcohol, just an alcohol rub, and any one of the alcohols will do it. But the thing with that is we're not just wiping it off the top grain. That alcohol is wicking in a little bit, and it's killing it through and through. So therefore, it's not going to pop up. What I have seen with a piece of leather that's had, like, I think the green mold, a little too long, and it will actually affect the top grain. It'll make a little bump there. Bandit Blades on that one, I don't have a good idea because that's so fast for that mold to pop up. I don't know why that would happen, but maybe an alcohol, just a light alcohol rub. Maybe that's not going to affect your dye color, but maybe it will knock that out. If anybody's got a good answer to that or seen something like this pop up really quickly, let us know. Let's see. Okay, Ape Riot. Okay, first off, Ape Riot. Great name there. What is your opinion on using Chicago screws versus brass copper rivets when securing belt buckles? I worry that the customer's Chicago screws will come loose over time. Yeah, don't worry on that one. A little dab of white glue, and we're going to talk a little bit more of that because I've taken out like 50 Chicago screws from this suit of armor, or screw post. Because Jan Nagel, the next comment is, why is it called a Chicago screw? I don't know. It sounds like something the mob does to you if you don't pay up, right? The old Chicago screw. I don't know. Again, if somebody's got some, I didn't think to look back and to try to figure this out, but I also looked back to try to figure out why was leather weighted by the ounce. Now I've heard from a reliable source, old school, that if a 16 square foot piece of leather weighed 1 pound, well, that was a 16 ounce leather, or that was a 1 ounce leather. Yeah. I think that's right. I think it's a square foot measure or weight, but I don't actually know. So I'm going to kind of delve in a little deeper into that. Maybe we see if we can and get a solid answer on that next week, because that's always confused me. Now, modern weights doesn't work because, like heavier weights, and I meant to grab one and I didn't. Our frontier leather, gorgeous. We got a new color out. We're going to talk about that. But it is heavy. I mean, you can feel the oil in that leather. It's so heavy. So a 4 to 5 ounce is going to weigh so much more than, say, a natural veg tan. Anyway, okay, so back to the Chicago screws. I'm rolling on that. I love the Chicago screws for two reasons. First off, for the ability to adjust. But here's the trick, and I learned this on the suit of armor. Trying to take these Chicago screws out. I don't want to weld these in, even on what I would consider a permanent set, simply because I'm gonna have to take these out. I just learned that. Some of these, like I just add a little dab of the white glue because really all we're doing is we're just tacking that in. We just need enough in there to keep it from working itself out. And Chicago screws will, like in an hour if you're wearing something. The problem is we really get that in there, it's impossible to get out because the cap is rounded and almost flush in our top grain. So it's impossible to try to get, say, some vice grips or channel locks to hold that enough, A, so we don't trash our leather, right? But B, just to get enough grip on that. But what I did find out is with the glue, just a dab, if we can get hold on that, and I'll explain that, if we give it a quick turn, it breaks that little dab of glue. It breaks it and it just unscrews beautifully. But that glue is holding it in. Now, I had to drill a couple of these. Now, one thing we want to avoid when we're drilling, we've got a great video on taking out like double cap rivets and snaps. Very easy to do. Great way to do it to where the backing literally just falls off and we don't damage the leather. If we have to reset a rivet, we'll never see that one was there already. Anyway, when we drill a Chicago screw, we want to be careful. Here's what I found, and this may help. I don't want to drill into the threads because now we've locked it. If we get those threads, it's sealed. It ain't coming out. So really what I've done is just drill enough of the head to get it jagged. Then I'll take the channel locks coming from the side of the leather and hold that down. That gives us just enough grip on that cap, and then a quick spin. A drill might be a great idea, but a quick spin on that, and I can feel that glue break, and then it'll come right back out. That's why I'm a little hesitant to use a stronger glue, even on areas like this armor where I'm pretty sure I'm not ever taking this thing out. Wah, wah, wah. Evidently, I need to take 40 out. But the Chicago screw, I don't know why. I don't know why that's named. Typically, it's a screw post, which makes perfect sense. It's just a threaded rivet for the most part. But we've got some beautiful color, some finishes now. I love the antique nickel. That's what I'm doing on this armor. We're talking about it. So I got an arm back together. Okay, so yeah, got some nice copper mail down on the bottom of that. Anyway, so what happened here was I've never liked the color. So I deglazed it. And the arms came out so cool. They washed out. It's a very flat color. It's not so dark because I pulled off some of the antique and I pulled off the leather balm. The top coat, that to me just looks so period, that finish on it. Now, going without a top coat, what is this, historic witchcraft I speak of? It's a piece of armor. So if it gets a little stain on it or if it fades a little bit, I'm okay with that. But anyway, so the point I'm getting at, I know I walk off into the woods and never come back, is I'm going to go with the antique nickel double caps and Chicago screws. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I didn't finish this arm out, did I? Anyway, so I forgot one. Well, that's kind of typical. So anyway, the antique nickel Chicago screws and antique brass, they're gorgeous. So we can match all of our hardware. Anyway, so that's coming back together. Evidently, one Chicago screw short. But anyway, so that'll be back together. We'll take a look at it. I'll put it on the fan page because so we've got a couple of comments on the fan page, and we'll get over to this. That yes, it would be appropriate, to put some of the projects from the videos on the fan page. I kind of didn't make that connection. We've met. So, right. Anyway, so yeah, we'll start doing that. I'll start getting some of those projects up on the fan page. Let's see. Okay. Vanessa Kitty, Ren Fair was near Dallas, down I-35. Forget the town name. Waxahachie. That right. Easy one to forget. Waxahachie. And I think that's Scarborough Fair. That's one of the prettiest Ren Fairs I have ever been to. It is gorgeous. The rolling hills, the trees, the vendor buildings, beautiful. Anyway, I think it starts up this weekend, this coming weekend, or it's starting somewhere in here. And I really wish I could get to that one. Let's see. Okay, Stanley Waldo. Stanley, I hope you're with us this week. New to leather crafting. Very cool. Come on in. You're going to walk right into a big group of great people and close friends right off the bat. Snow Pilot. All right. Hey, do you line up, do y'all? This is a question for everybody. Y'all, thank you for pitching back in on this. Let's see. Hey, do y'all line your belts with anything if you do your own dye work? Funny you should ask. Oh, funny you should ask because I'm working on a video right now. Shop tricks. That's so belt tricks. And the funny thing is, I got one done. I think we size. Right off. It's hard to think of everything in it because now I'm finishing the second one and I'm like at 11 minutes and I'm already too long. We still have more to do. So I'm probably going to break this up into three parts. But one of the big parts in two is lining our leather. Why we would line our leather. We don't have to. We don't have to line our leather, but there's a couple of great reasons. First off, so I'm using this belt. We've seen this belt in black and white, and it's so beautiful. I really wanted to do one in brown. So anyway, we've lined this belt, but we talk mainly about leather, stacking weights, getting too many weights in here, which I did on the last belt. On this one, I'm coming in, I'm thinking about a 10 ounce. Boy, that feels good. It's a good belt. So anyway, we've tooled the feather. We've dropped in our beautiful rust suede. I was worried about going too many colors, right? I really wanted something to pop, like the turquoise. Boy, that'd be beautiful. Southwestern. But I was worried about the brown with the turquoise with a white stitch line and antique nickel spots. I felt like it was going to be a garage sale. Right. We've talked about that, putting everything we know on one project tends to look like a yard sale. So anyway, lining. We've got a good segment on lining our belts. You don't have to, but it's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. But also, too, if we dye our belts, if we dye it and we're worried about rub off, again, if we go in the natural veg, now that's a natural veg, but it's got a little bit of a gloss to it, if we could see that. So I just hit that with some leather balm just to give it a gloss. Makes it look a little bit better. But that's a great way to go if you're worried about a rub off. But we got to sew it. We've got to sew. We can go with the contact cement. It's going to react as one piece. It's eventually going to peel off. I say that somewhat suspiciously, because when you get a good bond with contact cement, that leather is there forever. In fact, the leather will tear before the leather. That's right. The leather will tear before the glue does. I think my problem is air pockets. And we've done liner, we overcut and then trim to size so we don't get air pockets. I think I might get an air pocket here and there. I'm not paying attention. So I think it's more air pocket and less glue. The point I'm getting at is if we line, we need to sew. But what a beautiful belt when we sew these. And we can hand sew these. A belt's a lot of sewing. It's about 8 feet, about a 40. I think I'm a 44. So yeah, we're working towards 9 feet of sewing there. But in this video too, also, we're going to start sewing from the middle and we'll sew out. So we have 4 quarters to sew. Well, first off, we don't have to sew everything at once. We can sew, come back, walk away, come back to it. But also now we're not dealing, say we've got a 4-foot belt, we want 4 times our length. And we need that because we've got some thickness there. The point there is that we're going more horizontal than vertical. Or is that reversed? Anyway, the point is, I would say 4 times our length. So now we got a 16-foot piece of thread. What a headache, right? We're going to have to keep pulling that for 5 minutes to get each. Plus, bigger problem. As our thread moves through those stitch holes or our chisel holes, it's going to pick up dye. Even if you didn't pick up the piece, it's going to pick up dye. So therefore, I like to put a long leader on that. So therefore, that leader picks up all that dye, and my stitch or my thread in my stitch line is bright white or brown or whatever. So I would say line it, gorgeous touch. The high-end belt makers do that, but line it, but sew it. But go to the trouble to sew it because wow, that's a beautiful belt. So okay, see if that helps. That was a bit of a rant, but see if that helps, right? So okay, 33 Ranch and Saddlery. I hope you're with us this week. I'm going to jump back over here in just a minute. These are all comments from last week. Let's see. Tell the mothership, the corporate office, the mothership, that you need a moderator, just in case. I fully agree. I would love to have an assistant for this and for that side. I'm not an administrator. I've always thought that I know me, but you'll probably feel the same way. See if this connects. I'm 55% artistic and 45% administrative, right? Left brain, right brain, that thing, right? I feel like I'm slipping. My administrative is shrinking, and I don't know if my creative side is increasing. That may just be fluff. Anyway, I just struggle with the administrative side. Anyway. So, okay. Does anybody feel that way? Does that, right? I can do it. I can be as organized. Absolutely. But that's not what I'm on right now. I'm on a video. I'm trying to make a video. If I walk away with it from it and try to do something administrative, now I've lost my place. And I got to get back into the groove of what I was doing. Maybe that's it. I don't know. In my defense, who knows? So anyway, okay. Mark Carey. Mark, I hope you're with us this week because I thought we were friends. But we are. Mark says, I know you call it hump day, but I am retired and every day is Saturday. You had to put that in there. Again, I say, I thought we were friends, but I'm envious. Mark, I'm envious on that one. I really am. Because we could do this every day. We could do these lives every day if I didn't have this working for a living thing going, right? Cuts right to the middle of my day. Anyway, okay. Jared McClure. I'm actually taking, oh yeah, okay. I'm actually taking a woodworking class. And it's actually crazy how similar woodworking and leatherworking are. I've said that all along. I mean, our steps are almost parallel. They literally are. So that's kind of why, with the wood guys, the wood folks, that's too gender specific. The wood folks, very simpatico on that because it's almost exactly the same thing. And when you talk to a wood person, they talk about the different kinds of woods and the grains and the stains and the closures, almost exactly the same thing. So that's why we can call them wood chippers, and they can call us cow jockeys, right? Because we're like that, right? One of us is the oldest human craft, and we both have a legitimate argument on that. I should finish words, right? Okay, so yeah, okay, Christopher Barnes, it's one of those comments. We should be posting the Weaver projects, from the videos. That's exactly right. Thanks for putting that in there. On Bandit Blades, my garage is super crowded with crafting. Yeah, right. Crafting stuff. Looking at a 12-foot by 28-foot deluxe playhouse to turn into a workshop. Drooling, #spoiled. Man, 12 by 28, that would be a good sized shop. That's, in your own space, our shop. Yeah, we're kings and queens of this space, right? We decorate it how we want. We play the music we want. It's our rules in our shop. Damn it. Right? That's kind of nice, isn't it? So, all right. Well, Bandit Blades, I hope that comes through for you. Keep us up to date on that one. I'd love to hear if you get a new shop. Setting up a shop is just as much fun as working on leather. My fear is that I set up a shop and get it all ready to go, and then I can't think of what to work on. Wouldn't that be a nightmare, right, for a leather crafter? Lane McCullough, I feel your pain. This is all his comment. An error occurred. Yeah, YouTube, I noticed. Right? Who has not said that with a lot of anger? Right? There's a lot of pent up anger in that one. Zumbazinator. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. I'm reading Zumba in there, but it's not. I hope that's right. But anyway, got into leather. Very cool. Got into leather. And he also, and this is fun part, he was answering some questions because last week we had a question. Do truckers still use the paper logs? Evidently they do. So let's see. Zimbazinator. I'm hoping that's right. Yeah, my dad's a driver in Canada, all paperwork. So, and then Vanessa Kitty kicking in. Let's see. Good hardback notebooks. Yeah, so but I think she's pointing out that we can use these kind of journal covers. I guess best named. I know all of a sudden something detached. Anyway, but it's great for she was a math teacher, and that's why I say she needs to dress me down on my math skills. But being a math teacher, pencils, notebooks, graph paper, chalk, all of that. Yeah, absolutely. There's all kinds of great things. And yardage books. I got a mosquito in here. Oh, good. The national state bird of Georgia. But yeah, okay. So anyway, yes, the paper logbooks evidently are still in use. So that'd be a great gift for your friend that is a truck driver. So okay, that's everything from last week. I hope I don't push that out too long. I just miss all these great comments. Because again, I think we did almost 500 last week. Let's see, 7 per page, and we had 69 pages. 7 times. It's a little short of 500, I think. Anyway, yeah, okay. So my math skills. Don't hurt yourself, Chuck, right? Okay, in our defense. So my Google is a calculator. If anybody's got the Google Home, this is about the best thing I've ever had in my shop. And we're holding down a pattern. Got both hands. I forgot a measurement, or I need a measurement. I need to divide. All I have to do is say, and I'm not going to say it, but so-and-so, what is 7 divided by 863? Instantly, she has an answer for me. That's kind of creepy, but cool at the same time. Um, so anyway, forgot where I was. Yeah, well, not new. Okay, so let's jump back over because again, it looks like I'm really getting far behind on the comments. Um, yeah, Susan M, good one, good one. Sunday is Mother's Day. Oh, are you kidding? Susan M. Same day it happens to be my 51st wedding anniversary. Susan M, congratulations on that. I hope you have a great Mother's Day and a great anniversary. Very cool, y'all. Um, yeah, okay. Harley Draven. Harley D. Raven. I think that's probably it. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm botching these. That's where I could use some help in here on these. Let's see. Any plans to go to the Georgia Marin Fair this year? Yes, we'll be there on June 12th. That's the Saturday of the last weekend. And I've got some dates for us this week. I know I've been fumbling with that since day one. But yeah, we'll be there June 12th in case I miss it. Um, we're trying for another day in there, but I've got to take a trip out to Houston for a museum. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to put some armor. I think 3 suits in a museum exhibit. So I'm gonna deliver these. They could probably set them up, but it's a little tricky. Get them set up to look just right. Right, they gotta look just right. So anyway, yeah. So we'll be at the Ren Fair that weekend. Boy, we're talking about trying to hit Texas Ren Fair because that's the granddaddy. That in Minnesota. Haven't been up there, but Texas Ren Fair. If you're not even into the Ren Fair or the armor, sorry, we talk a lot about that. What a great family day. And it'd take 2 full days to see that thing. It's like walking into a medieval village. The food, the crafts, the vendors are top notch. They have full facade, like a marble facade on the store. Gordon. Anyway, all right. So anyway, oh Jan, remember last time I told everyone I would have a workshop when I moved. Turns out the garage wasn't included. Man, got to build my own workshop. But okay, sucks. But now I get to build it just the way I want. That's exactly right. Yeah, man, that's a lot of fun. Very cool. Very cool. Dragoon Brigade. My nightmare would be a bigger mess with all that room. It's a valid point. You can lose stuff faster and over a wider area, and it takes longer to find it in a bigger shop. That's why I do sometimes say I miss the days of working on my kitchen table, working out of a toolbox. Excuse me, that's everything's in one place, right? Yeah. But nonetheless, a big shop, I don't care how much table space you have, it's gonna fill up with crap from day one. It is what it is. And Einstein worked on that. The crap table relativity, I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, not for today. Let's see. All right, probably answering Jan there. Jan, me too. I did a long sew and stretch thread across my living room. Still went fast. That's good to hear. It does. It kind of moves along. And the further you get, the shorter your thread gets. So that in itself, Wayne Painter, have figured out skiving makes the fingers of my offhand nervous. Yeah, it does. That skivers and roughers. Those are 2 things I try to stay away from. And Chris Gould, I think last week said his wife doesn't allow a rougher in his shop anymore. That's probably, yeah, it's a smart move. I agree. So, excuse me, cough button. Yeah, big, excuse me. There we go. Talking too fast, right? Yeah. Um, oh yeah, we've got some congratulations coming in for Susan M. Very cool. And again, congratulations on that. Okay, let's see. Oh man, Mike Stoning. This year is the 50th year for the Minnesota Ren Fair. Come on over. Mike, I would love to. I'm I'm not sure when Minnesota runs. Do you know right off by chance? Love to look that. That's a long haul. And we could certainly fly to Ren fairs. It's just the armor pisses the TSA off. I mean, it really does. They're not happy about that. No, we pack it and not wear it on the plane. That would be fun though, wouldn't it? That would be fun. Uh Al Wenzel. No, I haven't, Al, but I'll look that up. Thank you for the tip on that one. Um Nick Curry, Mike Stoning, I will be there if we have it. Good. Sounds like there's still a little iffy on that. Yeah, I hope so. For the vendors. Bless their hearts. I mean, the vendors and all the folks indirectly associated with these Ren fairs. That's been breaking my heart. Rare breed, howdy right back to Kansas. I hope you're doing all right. Um, oh, Frank F. Has anyone made a fully opening briefcase for storing their tools? That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. Um, I've got a box. My mom and dad had a box made for me. It's cool. It's got an organizer, some wood. It's beautiful. It's heavy. I mean, when I get some tools in there, the wood already, it's a little bit heavy, but get some tools in there, some rivets, screws, it gets heavy. It really does. Looks good though. Looks very good. Let's see. Let's see, Betty. Betty, Chuck, I've got a question about your Mexican braid video, which I love that. I love that. Betty, I'll do my best to answer that. Drop that in. Drop that in or on the fan page. Excuse me. I try to respond to every posting. If I miss yours, please forgive me. I do miss one now and then. But if we don't get the question in here, drop it up there because I'll definitely see that, and I'll probably see that tonight. I try to sit down and look at the fan page every night. Oh, Chris Gould, there you go, Chris. Still won't allow me a rougher. I don't blame her. That's a good one, Chris. Thanks. Glad you're with us too, Chris. Glad you're here today. Let's see. Brandon Ha, opinion on odd leather. Yeah, exotics kind of is probably what you're like deerskin, moose leather, the roo. How do I get it to equal the thickness of cowhide? Line it. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the great things about lining. I'm on this felt. I've just got a 4 to 5 on my face. But we can, with a veg tan, because there are so many possibilities or so many weights in veg tan, we can call the final weight. So the roo, I love it. Very strong. It's the best lace leather ever, hands down. But it's a thin weight. It's like a 2 ounce, maybe 1.5, maybe 2 ounce. Just line it. Like drop in maybe a 6 to 7 or a 7 to 8 ounce veg behind that. Then you get a liner. You get a really pretty stitch line, but you get that face leather that wouldn't normally make a great belt. Yeah, or project or panel or whatever. Yeah, just line it. Contact cement, both pieces. I would say overcut. So if you've got a 4x4, maybe cut 4.5 by 4.5, both face leather and backing, glue it together, and then trim it to size. You will be surprised. It's so easy to do, looks so good. And with the different weights of veg, you can nail the weight that you want to hit. So see if that helps. See if that helps. Oh, Betty. Yeah. Betty, no kidding. It's a good tip. Let's see. Can you use 2 different colors of suede? Yeah, absolutely. You move it over to the left and right without messing it up. I think, Betty, I'm not totally. I think so. Betty, I'm not. Betty, I think I've got the gist of what you're saying there. Oh, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Betty, experiment. That's it. But also clarify if you want, or again, the fan page. If I'm not, I got one on the fan page that I might have gone off on the wrong direction. Tracy Bannister, she's got a stamp question. I think I went the wrong direction on that. That happens a lot. We've met. We know this. It's not a surprise. But anyway, Mike, thank you for the dates there. Yeah, thank you. But at least come up. We try to plan ahead. Things have just been so screwy, with all the shows, events, fairs. we're kind of getting a feel that, summer in Georgia, we're wide open. We're almost back to normal. Um, we see a couple of folks wearing a mask here and there, and there's folks that are probably going to wear a mask, from here on out, whatever makes you comfortable. Absolutely. Um, so things here are kind of back to normal. We're pretty much back to normal, and I do want to toss this out there because I saw this on a news story. India, it's just they're being devastated by the Rona. Y'all, prayers for India. They're just struggling with materials. Bless their hearts. Blessings and yeah, thoughts and prayers to those fine folks. So anyway, as things open up, we'll get dates. And I've got some dates here also, Blade Show and whatnot. Um, yeah, okay, Dean Grieger. I hope that's right. Yeah, Michael get us filled in on that. That's kind of on the other end of the country, right? So I kind of grew up along the South. So that's, TRF is ours. Never made it to Minnesota. Love to. Again, I hear that's kind of equal with TRF in size. That's just what I've always heard. Those are the two granddaddies of the Ren fairs. I think I can remember the Texas Ren Fair when it was like a craft fair. I mean, there was like 20 little tables out there. No kidding. I've been going to that thing. I don't know. We can't see it on each of these posts, these weathered posts. I've got a little shelf and I've got mugs and steins. And some of these are from the Ren fairs. I think one of them up here is from 86 or 84, maybe somewhere in there, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm not ever going to let it go. It's in perfect condition because I never used it. It's ceramic. It's gorgeous. I got drinking horns, right? So, okay. Anyway, excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Faith, what is your opinion for finishing the flesh side of veg tan leather? I sell handmade pet products. Nice. Oh, as my full-time job. Wow, Faith, nice. I recently started doing leather goods. Love learning new crafts. Absolutely, y'all. You're just gonna love the leather. I tend to go with a leather balm. Okay, so I've got a rag lightly oiled. If I dye something lightly oiled, I'm gonna rub the back of my belt, the flesh side, very well. It's very lightly oiled, so it doesn't. Oil's a nightmare. We've talked about this. It's hard to get it consistent. Anyway, so it's not enough oil to actually leave a spot or streaks, but it's more to clean the leather. Top grain, edges, those are big too, because if we're gonna have some rub off, typically our edges are gonna be the culprit. So I'll clean the whole belt with that rag. I'll use my leather balm on the top grain and my edges. Get a good slick and usually I'll rub with a rag, just whatever's left, and then a leather balm on the flesh side. Typically with Weaver, our flesh is really, I mean, like on this is our single shoulder. This is our project of the week. I don't know how well you can see that. Look at the grain on the back of that leather. Absolutely beautiful. The point there is that with a quality piece of leather, you're going to get a good skive. So therefore, it's going to take the leather balm nicely. In the old days, I used to use a lot of satellite. I'd hit that with like a double coat along my back. Okay, and the Pro Dye. The Pro Dye, big help there as well. The point is that using these steps, the Pro Dye, oil-based dye stuff, a good cleaning with a lightly oiled rag, and then my leather balm or my top coat, we're knocking out about 99% of our rub off. It's leather. What goes in is going to come out. We sweat. It rains. It's humid. We spill coffee. It is what it is. We can only seal it so much. We could seal leather totally, polyurethane, and a belt is going to be like a piece of board. Nothing's going to play. Right? That's an extreme example. So the point is that we can knock out about 99% of our rub off. It's leather. It's porous. Leather has holes, edges, chisel lines. So therefore, those areas, typically the inside of holes, oblongs, we can't top coat those. The point is, you can get really close, but at the same time, it's leather. It's leather. It's dye, right? So See if that helps. See if that helps. Ooh, Jacob Nunn. Okay. Hello from Missouri. Got into leathercraft 2 years ago, but only off and on, and I'm getting a sewing machine soon to make a business out of my hobby on the side. Jacob, best of luck. Best wishes on that one. We will all keep our fingers crossed. Absolutely. Go for it, baby. Yeah. Let's see, Tony Holiday. I hope I don't make you feel old by saying I was born in 84. Yeah. Tony, I thought we were friends. No, you don't. It seems like so. I think like 2002 was not that long ago. 2 decades. Yeah, I've always heard the older folks saying, boy, the older you get, the faster time. Damn. Wow. Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, okay, Frank F. Can you tool pre-dyed leather? Yes and no. It depends on the leather. So we've got some veg tan that's dyed. Absolutely, our holster leather. Love it. Also our English bridle will take a stamp. Frank, I'm not, without knowing what leather you've got, very likely it could be a chrome, which is just, they're tan not to accept liquids, right? Spills, sofa, car seat, right? They're tan to repel these things. So therefore, they're going to repel anything. You might could deglaze, remove your top coat. Even there, I'm not really sure you're going to be happy with the outcome. You might just have a chrome there. I know, excuse me, I'm talking too fast and ate lunch and it's fighting back. All right, so I know, I'm just over here. All right, let me jump back over here because I need to keep my job, right? Need to keep the job. So let's see. I want a couple of hellos. I want to toss these out again from last week. New folks or folks names I haven't seen yet, or folks that said hello and I just didn't get a chance to say hello back. So Harold Danner, I believe that's right. Harold Danner, I believe. First time making it on the live. I hope you're back with us, Harold. Good to have you with us. William McGinley, or Billy from Kansas here. Kansas. Billy from Kansas here. But Billy, hello right back to you. Seaweed Dave. Come on, I had to put that one in there. That's a great name. Seaweed Dave, I'm glad you're with us. I hope you're back. I hope you're back with this week. Lex Van, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Lex, glad to have you with us. Again, these are from last week. Just some hellos I want to toss out there. And let's see, Daniel Burkeen. Hello from Tennessee. Hello right back to our friendly neighbor to the north. Tennessee is one of the most beautiful states going. I love every bit of it. Okay, so joke of the day. We got to do a joke of the day. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? It's called a stick. Good one there. All right. One more. All right. Age-old question. If a tree falls in the forest, do the other trees laugh? I'm not. I didn't make that. I just don't. Yeah. Okay. So, excuse me. Take my wife, please. One more. Okay, because everybody can agree with this one. Never ask a 2-year-old to hold a tomato. Just mental note to self. That's a good idea. All right. So, from the fan page, y'all, there's just some of the most beautiful work on the fan page. There really is. Sorry, excuse me. All right, Tracy Bannister. I was talking about this, stamp tools. I may have gone the wrong direction because Tracy's saying I don't have a lot of strength in my arm and my stamps. I'm using a 1-inch stamp. That didn't register. So I was kind of thinking, just our basic stamps. My advice was case the leather. That'll help immensely. But I'm almost wondering if Tracy is talking about the 3D and the 2D stamps, those big 1-inch stamps. I've got some and I never use them. Here's the problem. Tracy, don't beat yourself up. These are hard to begin with. These are hard for everybody. A lot of these, like here's a perfect example. There's a wolf stamp out there. Someone sells it. I'm not going to say who, but it's a great stamp. Great company. Boy, it stamps beautifully. I mean, it sinks those 5 paw marks. I think 5, 4. Anyway, sinks them in, and it's a gorgeous stamp. Burnish as well. On the other hand, there's a Celtic stamp out there, and I love it. It's almost the first 3D stamp I ever bought. Never used it. you're going to get a stamp out of that. But the problem is there's so much metal on the head of the stamp. But secondly, the depth of the stamp. It's a cheap stamp. A cheap stamp. It's so little depth there that even with a press, you're not going to get a good stamp in there. So, Tracy, if you're having trouble with this, probably not your fault, and there's probably no great answer. It's a pick and choose with the 2D and 3D. Some are great, some are awful. It's just the amount of the amount of metal on the head and the depth that it was made from. Here's a funny one, and this is a little bit of a rant, but it kind of made me nuts. Previously, the woodworkers had I can't tell you this without, all right, so I was a retail store manager. We had the premier woodworking shop in the Southeast, literally catty corner to us. I'd love to go over there. And they did the same. They love to come over. Anyway, we had some guys that came over. That woodworkers seemed to love our pro dyes. Anyway, one of those guys took one of these 3D stamps and he said, "This is great," because he was thinking his idea was to burn the design into wood. Cool idea. Do you believe that stamp melted on his stove? What metal? Right. So cheapness. That's where I'm going with this. What metal melts at 180 degrees? Right. You know what? Another wood guy never came over after that. I don't think I ever saw another one come over. Anyway, quality. Yeah, quality. Big point here. All right. So Darren Baldwin, we got on the fan page. All right. So these are from the fan page. I know I'm talking fast because it's 3:45 and we still have a lot to talk about. If I pass out and fall over, go get some coffee because I'll be back in a minute. Because I breathe, and I don't. Anyway, all right. So Darren Baldwin's got a Steampunk Aviators helmet. This is one of the coolest leather projects I've ever seen. Gorgeous work. Let me tell you, that came out beautiful. Take a look at that. Steampunk isn't really my thing. I'm more in the period stuff. But you know what? No matter what era, if it's quality and it's beautiful, oh man, that's all that counts. Christopher Scott did the briefcase from the video, and it looks great. He said he reduced the dimensions a little bit. Great part about it. The videos, these are just my set of dimensions. Most every project we can shrink, increase width, length, depth, all of it. Anyway, looks good. So he shrunk the dimensions a little bit and dropped the lacing, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, Christopher, on that one, good job. James Trotter, he's got a tooled piece basket. We've got some gorgeous stamp work in this. We don't have to tool. We can go with stamping. And the point is that he's using my favorite stamp. And again, I think it might have been my first stamp. It's a T. I call it a railroad track. We don't carry it. We're trying. We're working towards it. And let me tell you, the minute we get that stamp in, we've got a video coming out. Anyway, beautiful stamp work. The point here, we don't have to tool. That is absolutely gorgeous. James, beautiful job. Oh, and also the edge lacing. Wow. If you can pull off edge lacing, I'm impressed because I don't have the patience. I love it. It's gorgeous. Wow. Is that tedious? Anyway. Okay, so beautiful piece. Okay, Brian Kelly, we got to mention this one, guitar strap. All I can say is that on this one is top of the craft. Absolutely. Every detail is gorgeous. The color choice, the stitch line, the design, the outcome, a project to aspire to. Brian, good job on that one. Okay, Jimmy Ashley. Now we're switching around because this is a super simple project, and I love that about it. It's green wristband with the yellow stitch line, and they pop. The green makes the yellow pop, and the yellow makes the green pop. Absolutely a beautiful project. Freddie Kent, out of the box project. I've seen one or two in the past. He has made a Viking bearded axe out of leather. Now, if you're doing rent fairs, okay, first off, the bearded axe, heavy and expensive. Okay, if it's not in the budget, and the armor, I mean, come on, we're at 38, 40 pounds already. Another couple pounds, it makes a big difference, right? So he's made one out of leather, and it looks cool. Nice job on that one. Bill Watkins, the Eagle. If you haven't seen this one, you got to go to the fan page and look this one up. Creative, well done. The colors are just, they're vibrant and rich colors. Out of the box project there, Bill. Beautiful work. Christopher Kroboth, lined belt. Again, simplicity. It is almost elegant. It is a beautiful belt. Derek Keys. Okay, Derek is holding up a drawing that he's working on for a project. Wow. Derek, if you pull that one off, that's going to be beautiful. You got to keep us in the loop on that one. You got to get us a pic when you finish that project. Let's see. Okay. Do you think the chickens think rubber humans are funny? I've never understood that. I don't know. Okay, so in other news, let's get this knocked out because 3:50, the clock's ticking. And I'm behind over here. I am so behind over here. Oh, y'all, thanks for the information on the Minnesota Fair. Perfect. Excellent. So I'll look at the dates. Oh, that's a long trip. It's a long drive. I'd love to drive that. I mean, see some America. And I mean, the highway is a great way to go. I'm always in a hurry. Not in a hurry, but I need to be there. Like when I go to the mothership, 620 miles. My best time, and I'm a guy, we do this, right? My best time is 9 hours and 1 minute. Now, technically, that's my truck time. That's not including breaks. But I think my breaks, I had 2 breaks, roughly between 10 and 12 minutes. Yeah, that's a fast bathroom. Hit the bathroom, get some gas, and get something, a snack, and get back on the road. But that's fun. Okay, on this last hour, I averaged 68 miles per hour. Man, that doesn't work if you've got company on the drive, especially your wife. No, we're going to stop, and we're not going to run to the bathroom through the convenience. No, that's not going to happen. Anyway, let's see. Othia 90, let's see. I should clean my glasses. I don't know if it's mine or my glasses. Othia 31. Would you be able to do some future projects with just suede? Oh, yeah. I have some leftover from a furniture project that I'm stumped on as to what to do with it. Also, hi from Australia. Hello, right back. I'm honored that you're with us. Thanks for taking the time. I hope it's fun and I hope it's worth your while. Suede, yes, we've got 21 of the prettiest colors of suede. You hear me say that 1,000 times. But I'm not kidding. They are just the most vibrant. The turquoise, the blue, and the purple. Okay, anyway. Yes, we will see what we can do there. But right off the bat, little cinch pouches they're always a favorite. And you can mix the colors, do a little flap. We've got a project. We've got the cinch pouch project video. Look up that, see if that doesn't help. Because we can do suede pouches in all kinds of shapes and sizes. And we could draw, I love the natural edge on the suede as a flap. Those are beautiful. See if that helps a little bit. All kinds of ways we could go with suede. And particularly, above all, the filigree cut. Yeah, so we do our face leather, we cut through that and then bring that beautiful suede. So now we've got not only a contrast in color, but a contrast in texture. So, and you don't have to do belts. I mean, you do a little wallet that's a filigree cut, and you don't have to tool it. Do a stamp design or simply cut a design out like our sporran or our wristband. It's just got a little crosshatch. So many ways you can go with that. To me, that's the best use of suede, hands down. Tyler Viscano. I hope that's right, Tyler. I botched everybody's name. I apologize. I'm just learning. I love the videos. They're a big help. Bless your heart for saying so, Tyler. I hope you're having a great time with it. You just walked into a big family. Y'all, everybody say hi to Tyler. Yeah. But let's make it. Let's just say hello from everyone to Tyler. How's that? Glad you're with us, Tyler. Very much so. Jan, I really regret bringing up the interpretive dance thing. I really regret that. But okay, you and Spastic Geek, yep, stay on me. The second one though, okay, I forgot to mention this, but like with this armor, so now that I've got it lightened up a little bit, it looks better, but right, okay, my dear tan cloak, because I've been working on Spastic Geek, I'm gonna cut the buffalo, because boy, look at that match. That just, how cool is that? A perfect match. And with that dark brown dark brown buffalo, that's going to be spectacular. So now I'm in the position, because this is going to go in a museum exhibit. So now I'm in the position where I gotta cut this thing. Okay. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. All right. Let's do this, because 4 is coming fast. We got no time limit. We got no time limit. We just got a lot to talk about, right? Okay. So product of the week is our single shoulders. And this is going to tie back into the armor. You'll see why. I don't have a whole single shoulder in my shop. Really? I got one. I got one here that I've already cut some leather off of. So many great items to talk about on our single shoulders. If you get a single shoulder from our competitor and then buy one from us, you'll never go back. And I can say that with absolute experience. Look at that piece of leather. Look at that grain. Okay, so a single shoulder, half of a double shoulder. It's going to be about 7 square feet. I have yet to get a 7 square foot single shoulder. Don't hold me to that, boss. Don't say that, Chuck. They're big and they're beautiful and they're clean. I mean, and I'm talking clean right to the edge. These are clean and beautiful. Anyway, okay, so let me get over to this, because I don't want to miss any points on this. Okay. So on the single shoulders, I know I'm so used to saying it. On the single shoulders, first off, very affordable for us craft folks. Very affordable. They're beautiful and they're big. That, now don't hold me to that. Again, you're going to get a great piece of leather. The best thing about these, we have them in 2 to 3 ounce, no kidding, all the way up to 8 to 9 ounce. I think we've got 7 weights. Here's the cool part about that. I don't often use a 3 to 4 ounce veg. Well, actually, I kind of do. Like for my belt loops. Man, Chuck is off the tracks today. Bullet loops. Yeah, don't mess that one up too far. Bullet loops or odds and ends, small straps. So it's nice to have a piece in the shop. Therefore, I don't have to buy a side or a big double shoulder. I've got a weight in the shop that I can use. So say a 3 to 4 or maybe a 5 to 6. Actually, that's not a great example. I don't use a 5 to 6 or a 6, 7 very often. I kind of stick with my 8 to 9, 4 to 5, and maybe 2 to 3. Liner, pouch, and belt weight. Typically, those are the 3 weights I use and have on hand. But it's nice to have a lighter weight that I don't use often on hand. Single shoulder, best way to do that. Yeah, okay, here's the one other thing I wanted to say on that. I'm all over the place here. Oh, screw it. All right, anyway, so I made this armor. I can't believe I forgot a Chicago screw. Anyway, we're good. Anyway, the point is, I forgot all of them. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the screws in. That's why I didn't put the screws in. Because I was rushing to get this ready. Anyway, the point is, there we go. Because, I didn't secure this. Anyway, I'll secure it for next week. We'll have a better look. The point is, I used a single shoulder for all of the tooling on this, because we can use a single shoulder to do some absolutely beautiful tooling. It's an affordable leather, does great work. So therefore, love the single shoulders. That's our product of the week. Okay, so, and they're in stock. They're in stock, and it sounds like we've got good stock on those. All right, so we've got that out of the way. Good. 3:58. And we've got just enough time for notes from the boss. Yeah, here we go. Okay, notes from the boss. And we do have some crafter fails. Yeah, evidently we just saw a crafter fail. Chuck needs to finish what he's doing. Probably saw a small shiny object and wandered off. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Okay, right now we're featuring the Frontier leather. Beautiful, heavy oil leather. This is gorgeous. Let's see. We're featuring the Frontier leather. Okay, and let's see. We've got a new color in the Frontier leather. It got snuck in at the last minute. Let's see, before the email went out. It's called Sandstone. Now, this is a pull-up leather. So with the Sandstone, it's a deep brown, but when we push from behind a pull-up leather, it brings a sandstone color through. How cool is that? So anyway, we're featuring that right now. Also, on stock, scissors that are in stock, and now this doesn't apply to scissors that are out of stock, 15% off, and the code is scissor, SCISSOR. If you've never used a pair of gingers, when you get those, and I don't mean to be gross here, you literally can cut a finger off, bone and all. I mean, and not even sharpest scissors I've ever used. They will cut 8 to 9 ounce like it's butter. Gingers. Anyway, our scissors, 15% off. Let's see. Okay, the punch points. This is our rewards program. And it's evidently working pretty well. You can build up points with purchases, which great for us crafters, right? That's like money in the bank. So, all right. So that's notes from the boss. One more thing. We'll jump back over here to wrap it up. Well, wrap it up. I say that now. We'll go until we're done. Okay. So, Crafter Phil, Rick. Okay. I guess I didn't seal the hat band of the flat cap I made very well. Happens. Went for a long walk, broke a little bit of a sweat, got home and found my forehead had a nice die strap across it. We've all been there. I've had that same die stripe, right? All right, part 2 to that. Don't worry, my wife got a good laugh out of it. Okay, well, that makes it all better. Yeah, sure, right? Anyway, yeah, Rick, it happens. It happens. It's leather. It's leather. We talked about that a minute ago. So, okay, I believe. Oh, one more thing on the single shoulders, and I missed this. We get our single shoulders from a tannery. We've been dealing with the same tannery, buying these same single shoulders for 40 years. They know what they're doing, and I think they're one of the best leathers going. For the price, absolutely, absolutely. So, okay, we got that wrapped up. I think we've got everything here. Can't believe I didn't put the screws in my. How embarrassing is that? Right? Anyway, okay. One more. Okay, so anyway, this museum is going to feature 3 of my suits of armor in an exhibit. Well, I had a suit and you've heard me complain, talk, bitch, whine. I had a suit of armor that I was pulling it together for a show last year, for a craft show and contest last year. Got canceled. Well, the armor kind of fell to the side. I'll get back to it. Well, now that this museum thing has popped up, and we'll talk about this, I did miss something, dates. Anyway, so now I have completed all the pieces to this armor. I've tooled and stamped every piece. 28 pieces, I think. 28 stamped or tooled. So anyway, that's coming together. Now we'll get a good look at that. I'll post that on the fan page. As it comes along, I'll post that on the fan page. So I won't leave the screws out of that one. That's going to bug me rest of the day. All right. So anyway, let's, one more, let's see, videos in the works. Today really has gone fast. Does anybody feel that way? Just the clock. And I shouldn't worry about it. It's my life. I can take as much time as I want. In fact, the boss would say, take as much time as you want, Chuck. Let's say I'm struggling. Here we go. Okay, let's see. I believe we've got stamp tool rack. No, maybe now I'm confused because I'm working on one. I'm thinking about the next, and the last one, it's either up or it's already aired. So that one might be out. But we do have, I'm working on the belt tricks. And now that's gone from 1 segment to 2 to 3. It's going to be 3 in a series because I hope this isn't a bore fest, but we're going. So like on the second one, I know I'll go with that one because I can't remember what was in the first other than sizing. Oh, and we talk about different kinds of buckles and their uses. All right. So in this one, we're talking about lining. We're going to taper a belt, which I love. It's my favorite step on a belt. And lining, but I think the spiel on lining is it's like 4.5, maybe 5 minutes long. And I actually did this like 5 times to try to see if I could get it. Couldn't do it. I think my last one came out longer than the rest. But anyway, we talk about all the pros or all the pluses on using a liner on a belt. Let's see, Dragon Con. I'm hosting a panel there. Don't know much more about it yet, but that's Labor Day weekend. So September 2 through September 6. I don't know much more about that just yet, but right now, all the dates and times and all that start coming out. So once I have an idea of when my panel is, I'll put that out there. Atlanta Ren Fair, we're going to be there on June 12th. That's a Saturday. That's the last weekend. Trying to work in some more weekends, but Blade Show is right before that. And then we've got Memorial Day in there, and then Mother's Day coming up this weekend. Yeah, okay. I wanted to put this. Let's see, Jaron McClure. Jaron, and it's just a comment that kind of helped fit in with this. Belts are so fun to make, and you can literally do whatever you want. A belt will take any decoration we could do in leathercraft. And we all don't just have a belt. Like on my wife's side of the closet, there's got to be 25 belts up there. Now, I've only made about 20 of them, right? So there's some store-bought belts out there. But I make belts like for the videos. I think I've got 5 belts within reach. So, yes, and they're great. Everybody loves a belt. And there's so much we could do with them. And we all have them and love them. So, yeah, Jared, good one on that one. So, okay, I'm going to jump back over here. I think I have everything done on the script. I don't know. This kind of went out of whack this week. It's all messed up. I don't know. I must have copied and pasted and moved stuff around. That's not out of the ordinary. Yeah, okay, so Tony Holiday. Yeah, there's a few of us here trying to get Weaver to do a UK franchise. And a few of us are yeah, keep pitching that, man. Keep pitching that. I don't see it in all honesty, I don't see it in the near future. But don't hesitate to say so because things change. Because see, I've got it. Okay, I used to work at a radio station. My degree is in broadcast production, and I worked at a radio station. I did the morning show. I was a producer, stand-in, wasn't full-time. It was just a part-time gig. The point is, I would do the news. I'd come at we aired at 6 to 10. I got in at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I consider that part of yesterday. Anyway, where I'm going with this rant is that I'd read the news, I'd record the news, and we'd play it at like, I think 10 before the hour each hour. Well, so the same news ran with the thought that very few people are going to listen to the entire 4 hours. We got one caller in that said, hey, y'all do the same news. Can y'all change that? Word came down I took the phone call. That's why I know this. Word came down from the boss, change the news. And we did. The point here is that one person can make an absolute big difference. Big difference. Keep putting your thoughts in there. If you got ideas for videos, project videos, lives, leather elements, drop them in here. Absolutely. Y'all, Arctic Arsenal, I'd like to see a Canadian Weaver outlet. Yeah. Y'all are giving the bosses some thought there. Some thought there because man, absolutely. I need to run over to the store in England. I need to run up to Canada. Much easier sell to the boss, right? So, and two, it'd be fun to go to a store, and visit and say hello, meet everybody. Hey, I'm going to be there on so and so date, and you can have a big lunch or do something, right? Things are going to loosen up. Things like that are going to start happening. I know there's a leather show in Amsterdam. And it's been mentioned just from the show folks, hey, Chuck, would you like to come over and teach a class in Amsterdam? Like, yeah, right. Don't have to ask me twice on that one. So as things open up, as we get back to normal, things will open up. We'll start getting some dates and I'll get out a little bit. And my hope there is that I get to meet every one of you face to face, hug, shake your hand, say hello, eat a good meal, talk some leather, visit. That is my point. We're going to keep our fingers crossed on that one. So, there you go, rolling. I love a Weaver store in Texas. There we go. Yeah, y'all keep putting that out. The boss sees this. The boss sees this. So, and she's going to talk. Chuck, why do you... it's the power of the people. The power of the people. That's right. That's right. So, Yeah, okay, Bob Haney. Chuck, please do the Amsterdam and we'll meet up for tea and cake. I would live for that, Bob. I would live for that. Absolutely would. Um, let's see. Okay, Robin Ross, we have one leather store in my city and it stinks. I hate to hear that. Weaver would be great in Amarillo. I've been through Amarillo. Very Texas is just you can see it's so flat around Amarillo. You can see Amarillo 2 hours before you get there. Friendliest, one of the friendliest places I have ever been, and the food. Oh, baby. Tex-Mex, Texas barbecue. Oh, I could spend a week there just eating. As I get older, something funny has happened. See if anybody, when we were young, we'd go somewhere and we're looking for the bars. Where's the place with the best craft beers? Where's the place with the most taps, with the coolest bar? Now it's where's the buffet? Right now, where's the good buffet? I guess that's a sign of aging. Yeah, that in fact, I look in the mirror, I'm melting. Oh man. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, okay. So great. All right, one more point, and I tend to forget this. I'm gonna leave the comment section open for 10, 15 minutes after we shut down here. If I didn't see your comment and it's an important question or important comment, fan page. First off, fan page, you can always get there, ask a question. I try to see that every night. You'll get probably my answer and 25 other answers because leather folks are great for passing out their experience and their knowledge. I've never seen a group like this. Freely open to pass out every trick, tip, secret, technique they've got. So the point here is on the fan page. If you need an answer quickly, fan page. If you don't, if it's something that can hold till next week, and you'd get a little more description because the fan page I got to type. I usually don't get it'd be that long, with a good answer because I want to explain everything. Anyway, but I'm going to leave this open for a little bit. So if you by chance have a good question or comment or something I didn't see, please put it up here. I'll get to it next week or I'll get it on the fan page. Let me get back over to put these on, put my eyes on. Yeah, Jaron, let's just get a weaver in every place in the world. Good with me. Roland, yeah, we'll work on that. We absolutely will. All right, y'all. So we're gonna wrap it up. What is on its way to 4:15, and it feels like we've been here for 15 minutes at most. So again, it is an absolute pleasure from this end. Y'all make it that way. Y'all, I think we had I didn't do the math. I didn't do the anyway, we had almost 500 comments and questions and answers. Y'all make this. If it were up to me, this would be 5 minutes long. Hey, y'all, product of the week. Okay, see you next week. It is exactly the opposite, and what a pleasure. I am going to jump back to get videos going. I can't make them fast enough. I feel like I just can't make them fast enough, and then I feel in my mind, I start rushing. Worst possible thing I could do. So anyway, I'm going to work real hard on videos through the rest of the week. Hope y'all have a great evening. Let's see. Chris Gould, have a good evening too. Y'all, everybody. I wish I could just go through every name and say hello, goodbye. Anyway, y'all, it's a pleasure. We'll be here next week, 3:00 next Wednesday. Everybody have a great evening. I know I fumble with this because I don't want to stop and I keep seeing the comments blowing by. I know. I want to answer everything. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure. And I look for this pinnacle of my week. And y'all, if you feel that way, I am absolutely honored. And I almost feel unworthy. But y'all, it's a pleasure to hear from you, see your comments. Thanks for helping each other out, helping new folks out. If you're new in leather, you just walked into a craft you are going to love. Everybody around you is going to love that you love leather. Yeah, because they're the recipients of all your crafts. But even beyond that, it's a craft you can have the rest of your life and enjoy it. You can walk away from it for 10 years. I did. You walk away from it for a decade. When you come back, you're going to be surprised. It didn't change. The tools are the same. The leather's the same. The hardware's the same. You are going to walk right back into it and have a great time with it. So I know. Given that the vigor of a sales pitch, but I fully believe that. I really do. Y'all have a great evening, a great second half of your week. It's a weekend, Mother's Day coming up. We've got somebody out there with a 51st wedding anniversary. Congratulations on that, y'all. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to look forward to next Wednesday, 3 o'clock, or at least on the East Coast. So have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. And okay, yeah, good luck with your project. We gotta work that in, but it doesn't seem to be enough. Y'all have a great evening. Thanks so much for so much. Bye, y'all.